Hello, hello. I hope you can hear me. I'm just now connecting the volume to my headphones because I forgot they weren't connected. Hello, hello. Right, it just went off. Okay, yes. I need to share my screen. I almost forgot. You would have just gone a whole live stream just staring at animes and virtual camera. I'm going to show my entire screen. There we go. Hello, hello. We'll press hide. I'm going to go this. F11. Right. I did this yesterday. And the problem was, you couldn't see my mouse, and you still for some reason. Also, there's another problem. I accidentally skipped it, so we've got to start again. I accidentally pressed skip on some of it, so we're going to be starting again. I'm going to be reading the dialogue. Hey! I see an annoying girl running to me or toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbour, and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it's just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sarah catch up to me. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Robin. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Robin, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. Eh? That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year, did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did. One of our many conversations where I dismissively go on with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't be able to learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming an NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Oh, I did not mean to press that. Just to acknowledge again, I cannot see my mouse. I did not even mean to click on the history. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry about so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school days is already never, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, that you could come to my club. So, yeah, there's no way I'm going to your club. Muni. Siri is the vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I'll bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is just that much of an airhead or she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being genuinely used for the third year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you don't call me a new member. Eh? I glance around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Robin, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. Hmm. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back to the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica. Is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Robin. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So, having her smile at me genuinely feels a little. You too, Monica. Come sit down, Robin. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! What? I don't know how to really do that, I'm sorry. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes, decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ear. So cute! I had no idea that. I'm sorry if I stutter through this. I'm trying to keep my eyes on the dialogue much as possible, not really chit chat as much, so I'm sorry for stuttering. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, well, just hurry and take one. Siri grabs one first, then Monica, I follow. It's delicious. Siri talks with a mouthful and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I. Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? Eh? I thought you technically did. Siri said, well, maybe, but not for you, you dummy. Alright. I give him, I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Ah, I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not insulted. Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoyed tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? Um, I was afraid of this question. Something tells me that I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, to be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into the literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monaco is a really great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in this club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people you both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all get ready to grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were also delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though, I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Robin, what kind of things do you like to read? Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter to myself quietly. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly pokes up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much for reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favourites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination and to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp for something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for such a brief moment. Oh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Oh, I just Natsuki eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looks like you're working a poem called "Don't Say It Out Loud" and give that back. Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything about you is just as cute as you are. Suri slides behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Ah, not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe share some of your work. You can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's go home and write a poem of our own. Why does that rhyme? Or sound like it rhymes? Home and write a poem of our own. Anyway, then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Uh, um, Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Robin? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. Eh? What's that? Now we're back to the original. Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I'd join this club. Siri may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and um, I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought, hmm, Robin, you all, I, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, right? Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Suri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Ah, thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Robin, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Robin, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Uh. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favourite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes poem the most. Alright, I need to find my mouse first. Okay, I think my mouse has gone. Oh, it went over it for a second. It's gone over it again. There. I really like Natsuki, so we're gonna go with Natsuki. Music? Do you think Natsuki would like music? What do you think she would like? Pure. Right, I'm gonna go off F11 for this, because pure Sparkle? Oh, that's not Natsuki. Joy. So joy me. Games. Skirt. Mouse. Kawaii. Yeah, I thought you'd jump at that. Sugar. I'm not gonna do childhood because she had a bad childhood. So yeah. Skipping. Pink. Everything about her is literally pink. Sing. Yeah. What about Sayori? So mine's like a mix of Natsuki and Sayori. Rainbow hair. You know, I'm just gonna pick random stuff. That was mostly for Natsuki and Yuri then. Okay. Hi again, Robin. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. No, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone was already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Robin. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accommodated to it. Oh, come on, like, he deserves any slack. Sarah told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year, and last year too. I don't know if you just plan to come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Mm, mm, M, whatever you prefer. I don't know. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I did not mean to click on history. Don't worry, guys. Robin always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking, like cooking, cleaning my room, hard to dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting, and you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I did not mean to do that. I didn't even know you could do that. I might be a little jealous. I've played this game twice and I didn't know you could do that. How come? You and Robin can become good friends too. Uh, um, Sayori. Hmm? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh! Yuri even bought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. Oh, what did I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out. Also, guys, I know I said I didn't want to chit chat much. I'm not chit chatting. Ignore the background noises, like the background noises. Literally, like you know what a background is if you're watching Doki Doki, because it's literally what's behind Yuri right now. Anyway, sorry for yapping. So I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is how is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Suri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Also, guys, I'm sorry for the anime thing in the corner. I don't know how to get rid of it. Ugh! I hear Natsuki utter an aspirated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monaco. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Uh, sometimes. Manga is one of those things you can't admit you're really into until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What was that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She turns to a box of manga and ships the I just said ships. I meant slips. I don't know where I got ships from. This isn't a boat. Anyway, slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parafate Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're going to judge me, you can do it through that glass on the door. She points at the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging or anything. Didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Robin. Consider this a lesson straight from the Literature Club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parafeet Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I'll stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in entire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly mo. Don't just stand there. Well, Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall behind the windowsills. She pats the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't the chairs be more comfortable? I'll take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can read at the same time like that. Why's that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Don't just say that! You make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's particularly a bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space which I hope she won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typically, slice of life affair. I grow out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. What should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot? Imagine it's the same. Oh, I can't spoil it because I don't know if people are watching that's never played the game. Well, obviously, you think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like, there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop. But that just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when they get all into their backstories and when story romance starts happening. That's really what makes it so good. There are so many touching parts. Is that so? It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait! What's that supposed to mean? What? Natsuki gives me a little shove. It just meant that I haven't seen you at your full power. Good save. This chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well, Natsuki pauses for a moment, as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah. Why does that matter? It doesn't. I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Like I would ever get into something in like I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that's impressionable. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention, she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Dang, that is close. I mean, I've obviously played Doki Doki, but like I've not played it in a while. We read on for a few more minutes. I finished a couple chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read, well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with something else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? Hmm? You don't? Um, that's not. Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Ah, sorry. Hmm. I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, You still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. Oh, I know those kind of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also in it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone to like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like can't even keep it in my own room. I don't know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe in here in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like it solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. Suddenly Natsuki starts laughing. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her fingers in one of the panels. Minori is my favourite character. You always feel a bit bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets bad, especially when... Oh, I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words feeling you get when connecting with someone like that, and being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience. The thought makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone, are you all ready with today's poems? Oh, come on! Could your timing be any worse? Sorry, I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Eh? Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright, guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. Just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but Monica just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow? I only got part way through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this, but I suppose that's not a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what happens if I don't finish it? Alright then, let's end up. I returned to wherever I put my stuff and carefully slipped the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you go find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. We'll do we're gonna get over with Natsuki, cause yeah. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Then what's the point of sharing it in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember when I said how I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when reading this. I wanted to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said. Oh, well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You're supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha, well, it's not great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So, in other words, you're saying you liked it. Oh. Natsuki retort gets caught in her throat. So, you, you don't understand anything, do you? I already told you, you don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. I did not breathe once for saying that, by the way. Yeah, I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. I think I just did something by accident. I can't find my mouse at all. Yo, my mouse isn't even here anymore. My mouse is dead. Yo, I don't know what's going on. Um, okay, I'll just. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Wait, actually, I need to find my mouse. Yeah, I understand. But the other thing about another nice thing about simple writing is it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up a rhyme at the end, but then make it fall flat on purpose. It helps me bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess I more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. It's sad to humour her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Who should I show my Alright, so how am I supposed to do this with no mouse? I mean, I guess I could try use my controller. No, that doesn't work. Can I use any of this? Oh, I don't know what I just did. Well, I must press something. Oh, I pressed H. Apparently that, like, makes it all disappear. My mouse has disappeared. And I genuinely have no idea what to do. Was like, first of all, I can't end my live when I've finished playing the game. Second of all, I can't make choices. Third of all, I can't delete. Oh, nearly spoiled it. I may need to like restart my whole computer, and that would mean I have to save my progress, and I haven't. Come on, there must be a way. I'm gonna spend like 30 minutes on this, aren't I? I can feel myself doing that. This isn't gonna be good. as my mouse decided to do, like, I don't know what I pressed, right? I was literally just playing Doki Doki, then I heard a ta-dum, and I thought it was just my computer sending me an email or something, and then my mouse disappeared. So now I'm gonna see if I can unplug my mouse and plug it back in and see if that works. If it doesn't, then I genuinely don't know what to do. Unless my mouse did unplug. I think it just unplugged. There we go, look. I'll do Yuri. Yuri says at the poem, a minute passes more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh! Sorry. I forgot to stop speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is the first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading it. So it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Alright, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think they're mostly noticeable. I think they're I think they're the I think the most I think the most noticeable thing I recognise in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds a train of thought, it's as if her I don't really know how to pronounce that, demio totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a single poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in this club gives you valuable feedback. Nasuki can be a bit biased though. Biased how? Um, uh, um. Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem though? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Natsuki smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to wave withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. I'm sorry if I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all, but it took you a long time to read. Oh, well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Robin. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember, the poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolic compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Who should I show my poem to next? I'm gonna show it to Sayori. Sorry about the screaming. This is a good poem, Robin. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It reminds me of how you're a really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact I'm standing right in front of you in the club room. Well, of course, I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Robin. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know. Trying new things like this for other people, that's something only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm going to make sure you have a lot of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow down through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep together. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sorry. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. Let's try my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast, even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I got all cranky. Well, there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Ah, yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm going to write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Right, well, just got Monica now. Hi, Robin! Having a good time so far? Ah, yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, Want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Robin. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I actually want to search up something. I want to see if, like, Natsuki's manga is real. And Monica, my poem. I like it, Robin. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Sorry, I'm just searching up if Natsuki's poem manga that she reads is real. Oh, wait, am I actually able to? Okay, so it's technically the club members, right? Good to know. Yes, it. I don't know if it exists, but there's a cover for it. Oh, jeez. No, no. This kind of makes me think of something that Nitsuki would write, and she's a good writer too. So take that as a compliment, if you say so. Yeah. By any chance, have you read anything by Silverstein? Eh? Maybe a long time ago. He's famous for telling kind of stories in just a few simple words. His poems can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express the views of the world that apply to anybody. I see. So you're saying Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why kind of poem, why it would be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find that kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased toward their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone wants you to write. It's not like you will have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want me to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction that sparkle produces? A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. Our parents sighed for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, already scorched with a permanent copy of meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realized now that I was looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So what do you think? It's very freeform, it's what we call it. Sorry, I'm not the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip for the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing skills. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monaco are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Natsuki smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. It just the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for some suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it, which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Robin did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. Mm, And Robin liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I. You're just. Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Robin appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? I. No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Uh, uh, um, is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a bigger size as soon as Robin started showing up. Natsuki, that's a little. This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting guys. Suddenly, both girls turned to me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Ignore background noises, by the way, if you can hear them. Robin, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should just jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Robin. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning for the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Robin? Um, well, how did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course it's going to be right. I am a fan of Yuri and Natsuki, so genuinely I'm just gonna put help me Sayori. Natsuki. Natsuki glares at me, drying any words I had in my mouth. So instead I turn to Yuri. But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori, eh? Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friends feel like this? Robin. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to inject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, now Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes. Stop. Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feeling with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures inside your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that, and Yuri's boobs are the same size they always were. Big and beautiful. Sayori. Sayori stands up triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president, I whispered to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. No, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, Ron, it's just about time for us to leave. How do you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. Robin, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes, which, with any luck, that means I can do a better job impressing those I want to impress. And nod to myself with newfound determination. Robin, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Siri beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. Eh? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No, no, no. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Robin, it's nice to see that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Right, I'm trying to base it to Natsuki, but I am really impatient. I don't even know how I can play through this game. It took me multiple days, but then I want to do a playthrough. Would she like the ocean? I feel like she would like. Okay, I just got Sayori. Kawaii. She likes kawaii. Would you like? Would you like waterfall? Yes, you would. Pink. Um, cute. Uh, uh, Rose? No, that's Natsuki and Sayori seem to like a lot of the same things. It's kind of hard to tell. Happiness will probably be Sayori. Sunny? No, that's Sayori. Yeah, I know it. I just couldn't think of what. Prayer? No, that's not. That's Sayori. Uncanny. That's me. Joy. Oh, I'm just gonna pick random. Yeah. I don't really want to. Another day passed. It's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Robin. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to being into the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty normal thing to get you into. That's a pretty simple thing to get you into a good mood. But I guess it's always simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Eh? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, or eh? Why that all of a sudden? No reason really. I just wanted to look at it. Ah. Serene nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets the contents spill onto the desk. Only two small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see it right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have had bought a snack before coming into the clubroom. So you're either not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves the one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. Oh, I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Robin to let me borrow some money. That's, don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibility afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough to reparation. Ah, did I just? I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right through. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the retribution. That's still coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside of all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me into the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come in if it weren't for the cupcakes, so I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. But out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow. What was... Ah? A cookie. Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is that a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Siri hugs the cookie. Geez, just eat it. Siri rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Siri, Siri suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going for a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Ah, yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez, beggars can't be choosers. Yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. So I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Suri gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Oh, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off her. Siri suddenly leans down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Siri trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori... Eh? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Oh. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Eh? You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly, the door swings open. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Eh? Monica chose the club over a boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. But boyfriend? What are they talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Ah, never mind that. How are you up anyway? Uh, well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must have not heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I just kind of start. I just kind. I just. I kind of started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. That's. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Robin. Monica smiles sweetly. Ah, I didn't mean to any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I choose to leave Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki would end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori already somehow already finished their entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Mum, it looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I sat down into the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself something literature like related to myself like this? I guess I could read some of the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little tired today. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening in on Sayori's conversation with Monica. I'm probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the other clubs though. Well, we can't give up. First of all, it's our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of a literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know? We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem though. Eh? What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, no one will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we can do the right thing. We can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Siri's taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. Huh, that's a good point. In that case, do you think the food will do the trick? What kind? Ah, well, I guess we could. Cupcakes! Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. Ah, you're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it. Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sarah is still her usual self, but therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sarah can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I ended up getting letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would like to see the world through her be like to see the world through her eyes. Well, I open my eyes to see Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry. Wait, actually I'm not sorry. Oh, it's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know? You need to get used to it. Don't say that out loud. I glanced over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard, though. It's true, though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Eh? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I know it. Come on. You just give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Eh? Sayori glances around out at herself. How's it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Sorry, I'm doing something at the same time. Look, your hair is stretching out around here. Ah! I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's head, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I tried to wipe off the stain with my finger, but nobody would notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's going to tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I don't really care about that. Hey, you meanie. And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori. Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? Eh? That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking about how weird it is to have a friend who does these kind of things. Eh? Don't say that. You make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? Oh, I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I brought it. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger again. Don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look much better now, so. Oh. Why does it feel strange to see always blaze buttons up like that? It's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all. Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. Phew! That's so much better. Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why saying that like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me much better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. Huh? I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just try to focus on waking up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine. It's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of ourselves, care of each other, than we are at taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You doing it again, Sayori? Oh, but I was joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone, Monica suddenly calls out, why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Yay! I know I still didn't want to chit chat, but I kind of forgot about the poems a little bit. Robin, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I feel to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. Who should I show my poem to first? Oh, I was on it. Okay, we'll do Natsuki again. Well, it's not terrible, but it's pretty disappointing after your last one. Then again, if this one was as good as your last one, I will be completely. Well, I guess I wanted to try something a little different this time. Fair enough, you're so used to this, so I wouldn't expect you to find your style right away. Come to think of it, this reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. Eh? You think so? Yeah. Well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength, but you never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type all of a sudden. Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. Yo, that's not nice. Oh, that was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way, if it weren't for me, she'd probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say that we take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to share my poem. Here. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the word. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried to not let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if she hurts if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers, and I'm going to tell everyone. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies, and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course, it's about how everyone thinks that doesn't matter how it can be anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure, something that you're afraid if people find out they'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone? It makes them happy. I think people really need to learn the respect of others for liking weird things. Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. And I'm sure a lot of other people can too. It's what I do best after all. I don't really like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm going to write a good one for tomorrow, so look forward to it. Who should I show my poem to next? Let's see what you've written for today. Well done, Robin. Your skills are already improving. Really? Thanks, Yuri. Coming from you, that means a lot. Eh? It's nothing. I'm just happy to inspire fellow writers. I know you're new to this, so don't worry if it seems like you can't get your poem to feel perfect. You don't need to be afraid of to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings and write down what you can see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise. I see. That's certainly an interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have an example of that, if you'd like to read it. Of course. Is this poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing a bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The inciting I think I've pronounced it right, beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge. The moon in cements its phase and reflects that much more light of my cutting knife, the very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread and fresh and soft, the raccoon becomes excited. Perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions on the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic Pal, Pal, Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread and I feed myself again. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as my canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Huh, that's funny. Didn't Natsuki also write about something like that? About someone being ridiculed for a strange interest? Eh? She did? Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody. She's right. I mean, does she really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like you two have that in common. That's well interesting. Hey guys, so like I know I said this a lot and that I said blah 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 just because I didn't save it by the way. I'm gonna overwrite my save May 7th, 2026, 7:15. Yeah, that's the time I have saved this, and I'm going to make a part 2 called Doki Doki Literature Club Playthrough Part 2, and I will be I will be making a part 2 when I can. So I will see you when I make a part 2. Bye!